Russian soldier caught by drones in the trench. Russian FPV drone targeting Ukrainian soldiers. Russian bunkers underground are being destroyed. FPV drone attack. Russian soldier struggles to get rid of a drone. Ukraine airstrike. FPV kamikaze attack. Stay tuned for more. July 19th, 2025. Ukrainian soldiers were advancing toward their positions in a military vehicle when a Russian FPV drone began tracking them. The drone was rapidly approaching. The Ukrainian soldier tried to shoot it down, but was unsuccessful. Fortunately, the drone collided with the vehicle, but did not explode. A Ukrainian fiber optic FPV drone infiltrated a Russian trench. It carefully maneuvered toward its target. Having scanned almost the entire trench, the drone operator cautiously advanced. He eventually encountered a Russian soldier. The soldier noticed the drone as he sat down, but became the drone's target. Drone operators and artillery units neutralized Russian assault units moving on motorcycles and on foot. Motorcycle groups were the primary targets in the attacks near the village of Novoselivka, Donetsk region. Russian motorcycle attack groups are being hit one by FPV drones. Infantry moving alone along the same route also became targets for drones. It's unclear why Russian soldiers were traveling alone on the front lines. A small Russian assault group infiltrated a building and was subsequently shot down by an FPV drone. Following the attack, a Ukrainian soldier engaged in a firefight with Russian soldiers. The firefight continued for 15 minutes. According to reports, 2 Russian soldiers were taken prisoner. July 20th, 2025. The Ukrainian SOA FM unit of the 81st Air Mobile Brigade detected numerous heavily armored Russian tanks. FPV drones have launched numerous attacks on Russian tanks. This method adopted by Russian forces against drones is partially effective. However, numerous drones belonging to Ukrainian forces can launch sustained attacks. These so-called turtle tanks become even heavier and more cumbersome with the subsequent armoring. Ukrainian FPV drones are attempting to attack the most vulnerable areas of tanks. The engines and tracks are being targeted, and it's not just Russian tanks. Similarly, BMP-2 infantry carrier vehicles are also being armored. This primitive solution isn't enough to save them. Numerous Russian armored vehicles are being destroyed. Ukraine's 414th Attack UAV Brigade spotted a lone Russian soldier wandering around the Zaporizhzhia region. A kamikaze drone was immediately dispatched to pursue him. Upon spotting the drone, the Russian soldier began to struggle to escape. However, there was no cover in the area. He maneuvered and circled for a long time to avoid the drone. But the drone operator was determined not to give up on the soldier. The Russian soldier, exhausted and retreated into the bushes, became the drone's target. July 21st, 2025. A group of Russian soldiers attempting to evacuate a wounded soldier in the city of Oleski, Kherson region, were unaware they were being followed by Ukrainian drones. The Russian soldiers were attacked by mortar fire. After the attack, they left the wounded soldier and immediately ran for cover in abandoned houses, only to be attacked again. 4 Russian soldiers lost their lives. Ukrainian FPV operators are attacking Russian infantry bunkers. Russian military bunkers set up in abandoned houses were destroyed one by one during attacks carried out by the Ukrainian 3rd Assault Brigade in the village of Novokatska and the settlement of Zeleny High in the Donetsk region. The houses were completely destroyed by powerful explosives. A bomb was thrown at a Russian soldier by the Ukrainian Marine Corps unit Hydra. Following the attack, the Russian soldier began to flee in panic and fear, but when he realized he had nowhere to hide, he tried to surrender. His request was denied. The Russian soldier pleaded one last time, but to no avail. The drone dropped one last bomb on the soldier. July 20th, 2025. Russian mechanized forces attempted a breakthrough along the front line. However, the attack was quickly detected and stopped by Ukrainian forces from the 60th Separate Mechanized Brigade. The operation involved coordinated action between aerial reconnaissance units, FPV drone operators, and other supporting elements of the brigade. Working in close synchronization, these units were able to track and target the advancing vehicles with high precision. Drone footage shows the final moments of 2 Russian armored vehicles, both destroyed before they could complete their maneuver. This engagement demonstrates the continued effectiveness of Ukraine's integrated defense, combining real-time intelligence, unmanned systems, and rapid response teams. July 19, 2025. Ukraine's 128th Mountain Assault Brigade launched attacks with FPV kamikaze drones against Russian troops in the Zaporizhia direction. Russian soldiers hiding in destroyed or abandoned homes became direct targets of the drones. Most of these soldiers have deserted the front lines and are missing. However, numerous Ukrainian drones conduct reconnaissance and launch attacks in the region. It's virtually impossible to escape in this part of the front. July 20th, 2025. Ukrainian MiG-29 aircraft hit Russian positions with GBU-62 bombs. The bomb impact area was so large that no Russian soldiers survived. Ukrainian fiber optic FPV drones destroyed Russian fiber optic FPV drones that waited on roads to ambush Ukrainian vehicles. A Ukrainian FPV drone attacked a Bachanka complex filled with Russian assault forces. All the Russian infantry lost their lives. A Russian sabotage and reconnaissance group was detected near the village of Zarya in the Kursk region. Ukraine's 225th Separate Attack Regiment immediately launched an attack with a Vampire-type bomber, which detected the group's movements. First, a drone bomb was dropped on the Russian soldiers. The relentless attack continued as they tried to escape through the forest. Finally, Ukrainian infantry neutralized the retreating Russian soldiers, completing the operation. On the Lyman axis, near the settlement of Torsky, Ukrainian forces from the 63rd Separate Mechanized Brigade continued to conduct FPV drone strikes targeting advancing Russian infantry. The area has seen repeated attempts by Russian units to push forward, but the Ukrainian defense has remained firm. According to official reports, the loss ratio on this section of the front has become increasingly one-sided. Over the past several months, Ukrainian forces estimate a casualty ratio of 1 to 66, reflecting the efficiency of their defense and the growing impact of unmanned systems on the battlefield. Ukrainian defenders to maintain control of the area while inflicting disproportionate losses on the attacking forces. The Hellwings unit, part of Ukraine's 103rd Regional Defense Brigade, carried out a kamikaze attack on Russian soldiers who were advancing to their positions. During the Ukrainian attack on the Kursk-Sumy border region, 5 Russian soldiers were targeted by drones, while 2 Russian armored vehicles were also destroyed. A Sky Legion unit with a fiber optic drone from the 58th Motorized Infantry Brigade breached the entire trench network to destroy a Russian bunker. Using meticulous maneuvers to avoid damaging the drone, they executed a kamikaze attack on the Russian trench. July 2025. The Toretsk axis remains one of the most active and contested areas of the front. In this sector, Ukrainian forces from the 28th Separate Mechanized Brigade are not only engaged in ground combat, but also in a growing battle for control of the skies. Ukrainian drones shot down Russian reconnaissance drones one by one, neutralizing them. More than 10 Russian reconnaissance drones were destroyed in just one day. Ukrainian forces continue to intensify their precision strikes on Russian command centers, underground bunkers, and field headquarters, using an array of advanced drone technologies. Recent operations have showcased the effective use of FPV drones, fiber optic guided UAVs, and kamikaze drones to target and eliminate critical command infrastructure across the front line and deep in the rear. These drones have proven especially effective in bypassing traditional defenses and delivering explosive payloads with pinpoint accuracy. FPV kamikaze drones are flown manually by trained operators, allowing them to navigate complex environments and strike reinforced bunkers and camouflage command posts. Meanwhile, fiber optic drones, connected by spooled cables, offer resistance to electronic jamming, making them ideal for targeting GPS-denied areas. This ongoing strategy, focused on decapitation, strikes against leadership and logistics, underscores Ukraine's evolving doctrine of asymmetric precision warfare.